Internet. Today I'm going to do my TBR for the A to Z readathon. But before I do that, let's talk for a sec. Basically, don't be surprised if after this video you don't see me for a while. I am moving the day after this video goes up, so I have a lot to do. I recently got promoted at my job, and I'm going to be getting a place that's a little bit closer to work, so I'm moving. And I'm very, very excited about it, but that means I'm probably going to have to put YouTube on hold for a week or two, just because, A, in the midst of like trying to move, I'm also trying to, work full time, and so that's gonna make it hard for me to unpack fast and that kind of thing. So I don't know when I'm going to unpack my books, and I don't want to film without having my books in the background. But also I'm not sure how long it's gonna take me before I'm gonna have internet. Just bear with me. I'm not going anywhere. You just probably won't see me for like a week or so. So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm trying to get these videos filmed so I can pack my books up. But anyway, I found out about the A to Z readathon on Twitter. Katrina from Little Book Owl runs a Twitter called Readathon News, and this popped up. The readathon was created by Denise Harwood, and I'm going to link her video down in the description. But basically the idea is you have a book for each letter of the alphabet and you try to read them all. Now obviously I don't think I'm going to read 26 books in a month. For one, I don't have books that fit all the letters, but also I'm moving. I'm going to be pretty busy. But I just thought it seemed like a cool idea to just even like build a TBR around, even though my ultimate goal isn't to read all of them. It's still a cool concept to like build a TBR around this. She also has a different way that you can do it where you try to hit all the letters with not just titles but also authors' names. But I'm going to try and just do it with titles. Now, I have 24 books on my TBR. I own most of them, and then I have a few that I have books in mind for that I will probably pick up at some point in May from the bookstore if I decide that I'm in the mood for that specific book, but I'm not going to pressure myself into buying those books. They're there if I need them. So I'm just going to get started with the TBR. This is basically going to be my May TBR, so instead of me doing my wrap-up and TBRs together, I'm just going to do this. And then I'll film my wrap-up whenever I have time. So for A, I have Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. This is actually a book that I wanted to read in May anyway, so it was perfect to put on this list. And I'm really excited about it. For B, I have Blue Tide by Jenna Lynn Duncan, which is a pirate book, and I'm here for that. And plus it's pretty short, so it seemed like a good pick for a readathon. I've got kind of a variety of sizes going on here. For C, I have Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, because I finally finished the Grisha trilogy, and I finished my reread of Six of Crows, so I can finally read this book, and I'm so excited, and this is definitely going to be one of the first ones that I read, for sure. Can you tell I'm excited? For D, I have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, because I bought this trilogy a while ago, and I haven't started it yet, and I need to, so it seemed like the good opportunity to put it on this list. For E, I have Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, and this movie actually comes out next month too, so this is going to be another one that I'm going to prioritize because I wanted to read it next month anyway, so it seemed perfect. For F, I have The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis, because I want to read it, so why not? For G, I have Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry, which is the second book in the Giver Quartet, and I read The Giver a couple years ago, and I need to get on with the rest of the series because I want to know. I know they're companion books, I'm pretty sure they are, but I'm still curious, so finally gonna get around to it. For H, I couldn't not do a Harry Potter book. I've been wanting to start my reread of the Harry Potter series, so I decided to start that for the readathon, and I haven't actually read the illustrated edition of The Sorcerer's Stone yet, so it seemed like the perfect opportunity to do that. For I have Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I actually have read this book, so this will be another reread, but I wanted to reread this before I read Gemina because it's been so long now since I read it. And I know they're companion books, but I still kind of want to reread this anyway, and I'm going to be listening to audiobooks while I unpack, so I'm going to make this one of them because I heard the audiobook is really cool and it is available on Overdrive for my library, so that's why I decided to pick this one. For J, I picked out a book that I don't own, so if I just magically run out of books to read, or if I decide that I just really want to read this book, I'm going to go pick it up. But the book that I have in mind for J is Just One Day by Gail Forman. The same situation kind of goes for K. So I may pick this book up if I decide I'm in the mood for it, but the one I have in mind for K is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. For L, I have The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, and this is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and if these books are anything like the Percy Jackson books, I'm going to fly through this even though it's a lot thicker than the Percy Jackson books. For M, I have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while and I just haven't gotten to it yet, so perfect opportunity to do that. For N, I have another book that I don't own yet, but another book that I really want to read, so if I pick up any of the books that I need to buy for this readathon, it'll probably be this one, but for N, I have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern in mind. Same thing goes for O, another book that I am dying to read. So I will most likely pick this one up during the month, but that is Once Upon a Time, Regina Rising by Wendy Tolliver, because, you know, I'm obsessed with Once Upon a Time, so I'm very excited about this book because Regina is my favorite character. For P, I have The Princess Bride by William Goldman, because I love this movie and I haven't read the book yet and I need to. For Q, I have The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. Another trilogy I really want to start, and it seems like the perfect opportunity to do it. For R, I have The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness, because I want to read more Patrick Ness, and this book is supposed to be very diverse also, so I think that's going to be awesome. For S, I have The Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine, and this is a Snow White retelling, and I've been wanting to read it ever since I went to CJ Redwine's book event and heard her talk about it. It sounds so cool. So I'm really excited to read this one. For T, I have The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is another book that I wanted to read in May anyway because the second book in this duology, Our Dark Duet, comes out in June. So gonna prioritize this one since I already wanted to read it in May anyway. For you, I have The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, and this was one of my most anticipated books of the year, so again, probably gonna prioritize this one. For V, I have Vicious by V.E. Schwab because I want to read all of Victoria Schwab's things. For W, I have Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. I want to try and read this fairly soon in the next couple months or so because I read Passenger in March and I don't want to wait too long before I get to this one. So for X and Z, I literally don't have any ideas for what I could do for those. So if you have any suggestions, leave those in the comments, but I'll go ahead and skip to my last book, which is for Y, and that is this little tiny Yellow Submarine book, which I basically just bought because I love the Beatles, but I've never had a desire to actually read it, but since I needed another short book and a book that started with the letter Y, I was like, I guess I'm finally gonna read that Yellow Submarine book. So that is my TBR for the month of May and for the A to Z readathon. Let me know in the comments if you're going to participate in this readathon. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I'm excited to try and see how many of these books I can actually get through in the month of May. A lot of them are probably going to have to be on audio because I'm going to be unpacking, but that's okay. That'll be it for this video, and I will see you guys eventually with another video.